Hi, Educator Barnes here, and I'm going to read to you another poem for National Poetry Month. And you probably notice I am filming from a different location, and over here, this is my bearded dragon, Zippy, and she won't bother us too much. She'll just chill in her habitat. Well, if you had me for English class, there's one thing that you know about Mrs. Barnes, and that is I absolutely love Edgar Allan Poe. So today I'm going to bring you one of his poems. But when I was in college back in 2003, I had the opportunity to hear from another writer that I absolutely love, and that was Maya Angelou. She came to speak just about her experience, just about her writing, and one author that she talked about was Edgar Allan Poe. And what I found interesting was how she said she kind of felt a rhythm in some of his work. And so she was just sitting there and she started just snapping on the stage and she went, "Once upon the midnight jury, while I ponder weak and weary." And she just kind of was just tapping it out and was saying his poem, The Raven. And it was just so interesting because as a Black student in school, there was times where I was taking different classes. For example, I took British literature and I was the only Black student in the class. And so my love of various different authors wasn't necessarily appreciated by all of my classmates. And so it was just great kind of coming full circle when I was in college to hear this Black author who I admired, who also had a love of Edgar Allan Poe. So today, I shared a little snippet of The Raven with you. I'm not going to share that poem with you, but I'm going to share another poem, Annabel Lee. And most of my students have read this poem because I normally include it when I do a poetry unit. So here it goes. Annabel Lee. It was many and many a year ago, in a kingdom by the sea, that a maiden there lived whom you may know by the name of Annabel Lee. And this maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. I was a child, and she was a child, in this kingdom by the sea, but we loved with a love that was more than love, I and my Annabel Lee. With a love that the winged seraph of heaven coveted her and me. And this was the reason that long ago, in this kingdom by the sea, a wind blew out of a cloud, chilling my beautiful Annabel Lee, so that her highborn kinsmen came and bore her away from me, to shut her up in a sepulchre in this kingdom by the sea. The angels not half so happy in heaven when envying her and me. Yes, that was the reason, as all men know, in this kingdom by the sea, that the wind came out of the cloud by night, chilling and killing my Annabel Lee. But our love, it was stronger by far than the love of those who were older than we, of many far wiser than we. And neither the angels in heaven above, nor the demons down under the sea, can ever dissever my soul from the soul of the beautiful Annabel Lee. For the moon never beams without bringing me dreams of the beautiful Annabel Lee. And the stars never rise but I feel the bright eyes of my beautiful Annabel Lee. And so all the night tide I lie down by the side of my darling, my life and my bride, in her sepulchre there by the sea, in her tomb by the sounding sea. And so that was Annabel Lee, written by Edgar Allan Poe. And if you haven't read anything by Edgar Allan Poe, I encourage you to read his poetry and his short stories. And if you want a recommendation for a short story, one of my favorites, as my students will know, is The Telltale Heart. So check out his poems, check out his stories, and until next time.